While Moses and Zipporah were living with her father Jethro, the Pharaoh who wanted to kill Moses died. During all this time, the Hebrew people kept working as slaves for the Egyptians. They were so tired that they began to cry out to God for help. And God heard them. He saw their suffering and began to put his plan into action. So one day, God showed Moses something amazing. Moses had led Jethro's sheep to Horeb, the mountain of God. While there, he saw a burning bush. Although this bush was ablaze, it was not burning up. And in the middle of it was the angel of the Lord. Moses decided that he wanted to get a closer look at this strange sight. When God saw that Moses was coming closer, he called out to him from the fire and said,
"Moses, Moses."
Moses answered, "Here I am."
"Don't be afraid. Don't come any closer, Moses. Take off your sandals, because you are standing on holy ground. I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and of Jacob."
As he spoke, Moses became afraid to look at God. Then God continued to talk to Moses and told him many things about the Hebrew people. God said he had seen the suffering of his people and heard their cries for help. He told Moses about his plan to set them free from their slavery and bring them to the land he promised them. Then God said,
"I am sending you, Moses, to Pharaoh so you can bring my people out of Egypt."
But Moses argued with God and said, "Who am I to go to Pharaoh? Who am I to bring the people out of their slavery?" But God assured him that he would not be alone. God would go with him, and he would serve God again on this very mountain. So Moses inquired, "When the Hebrew people ask, 'Who sent me?' what will I tell them?"
"I am that I am. Tell them I am has sent you. The Lord God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This is my name forever, and is to be remembered."
God wanted Moses to convince the Hebrew leaders to go with him to speak to Pharaoh. Although it would not be easy, God assured him he would do signs and wonders to set them free. But after all this, Moses still doubted. "The people won't believe me." So God gave him 3 signs. First, Moses threw his staff on the ground, and it became a snake. When he picked it up, it became a wooden staff again. Secondly, Moses put his hand into his cloak, and it became white with leprosy. And then he put it into his cloak again, and it was healed. God told Moses if they would not believe these 2 signs, then he had a third one. Moses would take some water from the Nile River and pour it on the ground. That water would become blood. It was becoming clear that God was more than able to deliver his people. But Moses still wasn't sure that he was the right person to be sent. He told the Lord that it wasn't easy for him to speak. Then the Lord said,
"Who made man's mouth? Who makes him able to speak or not to speak? Who makes him able to hear or not to hear, to see or not to see? Is it not I? Now go, and I will tell you what to say."
But, Moses said, "Please send someone else." Then God was very angry with Moses and said,
"Don't you have a brother Aaron who is a good speaker? You will speak to him, and he will speak for you. I will be with you and put the words in your mouth. In fact, Aaron is coming to meet you right now. Take this staff with you and use it to do the signs that I have shown you."
So Moses obeyed and was sent as God's special messenger to Pharaoh.